From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Daniels Roofing, licensed, bonded, insured roofing contractor. 45 years of generational expertise, offering a variety of roofing systems in the North State. Composition shingles, metal, tile, fire-safe wood shingles, and spray foam roofing systems. An energy-saving cool roof, perfect for commercial flat roofs and mobile homes. With other companies, you may get a foreman or a salesman. But with Daniels Roofing, you get Daniel. Call today for your free estimate. Daniels Roofing, 3 generations working hard to protect your home and business.
Happy holidays from Weather NorCal and our sponsors. Have a wonderful holiday season.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Krueger. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, as the storm system approaches and as it's moving on through, there's a great way that you can track the storm, because everything that I offer at Weather NorCal, whether it's the video update that you're watching right now, to the 24-hour streaming channel, to the radar, it's all right here from the free Weather NorCal app. So from your iPhone, go to the App Store, search for Weather NorCal. Google Play Store for your Android, search for Weather NorCal, and before you know it, you've got a local, hyper-local weather app right there at the palm of your hands. Be sure to check it out. All right, here's what I'm watching. Before we get to Krueger's Quickcast, I just want to let you know what I'm watching here for tonight through early next week, and really even through next week. We've got off and on rain, which will be moderate to heavy at times. It's not going to be an atmospheric river event, folks. We're not talking about steady rainfall for several days. We're talking about off and on chances for rain. Some days wetter than others, right? We have periods of heavy snow with possible I-5 delays during this stretch. So at times, as the snow is getting heavy, we could see I-5 chain requirements. And of course, east and west of I-5 as well. We're also looking to be some gusty winds here, especially for the coast and central Siskiyou County, that typical spot in Shasta Valley there, where we can see some gusty winds and some intermittent gusty winds at times, I think, for everyone else as well as these systems pass on through. So that's what I'm watching, and we're going to go into that in a lot of detail here in a second. But for those of you in a hurry, let's get you through Krueger's Quickcast and see what we can expect here for today. And today is what I call the transition day. So as you're heading out the door, we're all dry. We're just going to notice the clouds are going to be on the increase. It's going to be another cool start to the day as well, mainly in the 20s for the higher elevations, and maybe even into the mid-30s, low to mid-30s here for the valley. All right, so here's what's going on. You can see that first batch of clouds right here. This is what I was talking about. It wasn't going to bring us any rain, just the clouds. It's also helping to set the stage for the storm system coming in, because it's been pretty dry out there. So this is kind of helping to saturate the atmosphere a little bit, if you will. So once the storm comes in, we've got that rain to move in as well. And very active pattern off to the west, which is going to bring us that rain and snow. Speaking of snow, there is a winter weather advisory for the areas in purple here. We are going to see warnings, winter storm watches, advisories here. These are going to be changing hourly, quite honestly. So even as you're watching this will most likely have changed as well. Bottom line, what the Weather Service is saying, just be on the lookout for snow, because snow is going to be a concern. So let's take a look at Futurecast and walk through the timing here. All right, so there you can see as we go into the afternoon, we're seeing the showers begin to kick in. But again, you'll see the first half of the day is dry even for the coast. And then by later tonight, that rain gets heavier for the valley, but still not a lot of activity even at 10 o'clock tonight off to the east. It's late tonight that Modoc County, Eastern Mountains will see some of that heavier rain and snow. But look at this. I mean, this is pretty impressive rainfall. But once this passes, we'll get a little bit of a break. All right, so we also have a wind advisory for tonight into early tomorrow morning, central Siskiyou County. We've got some gusty winds out there that you're going to have to contend with, especially if you drive a big rig. That could be a problem here. So noon today, look at the gusty winds. Already seen those gusty winds. Even at noon today, still getting even stronger tonight to tomorrow morning. And look at the coast, over 20, 30 miles an hour there too. Not as bad for the valley, but it will be breezy at times as these systems pass on through. Now, the beach hazard statement was supposed to expire this morning, but it has been extended till noon, as sneaker waves will be the biggest concern here through the morning hours today. All right, so here's what we have in store for us today. Temperatures in the mid-50s for the valley, 30s and 40s for the higher elevations. It's dry for the first half of the day, but by this afternoon and evening, the coast, Trinity County, western Siskiyou County, you're going to be looking at some of those showers. We're not going to go too much into the timing here, but bottom line, off and on chances for rain for the valley for everyone starting tonight and lasting all the way through early next week. That's the same situation for the coast, inland, and for Trinity County. Now, Trinity County, the snow levels, I say will average between 3,000 and 3,500 feet. For Siskiyou County, I'd say they're going to average somewhere around 3,500 feet, give or take. At points, it may get lower than that. At times, it may get higher than that. That's how these storms work. They can kind of wreak havoc, if you will, sometimes with those snow levels. But we take a look at Alturas and Modoc County. Looks like we've got snow levels on average around 4,000 feet. That's also the case for Susanville, around 4,000 to 4,500 feet for those snow levels. Again, we're going to talk about all this timing here, when this is all coming in here in our deeper dive forecast. But before we get to that, I want to remind you that from the Free Weather NorCal app that I was telling you about, you can share your photos. So if you have any storm photos you want to share, send them from the Free Weather NorCal app. And we can even show it on our morning show on Coffee with Krueger, and of course right here on these updates as well. All right, so here's the overall timeline that we're looking at here. For Thursday, it's going to be a minor impact. And the reason I say that is because the bulk of the first storm is going to be tonight and early tomorrow morning with scattered showers and snow flurries through the day on Thursday. But we could be looking at possible I-5 delays, especially tonight and tomorrow morning. Now for Friday, we've got rain and snow. It will be heavy at times. It's going to be a moderate impact, but I still think we could see some delays on I-5, maybe even chain requirements. I'm calling it a high impact on Saturday because we're still seeing that rain. We're still seeing that heavy snow at times and even some gusty winds with the potential for more I-5 delays. But by Sunday, this is when we could see a chance for a break here. Partly cloudy skies with a few isolated flurries shouldn't be a big problem. But keep in mind, time keeps going, right? As we go into Monday of next week, we've got more rain and snow in the forecast. All right, so again, here's the big picture. There's the main cold front right here. You've got the activity, all this activity here. You see the spinning areas of low pressure. It's tapping into moisture. It's all kind of coming into play, isn't it? And you can see just how active it is over the Pacific. Now, keep in mind, it's been active over the Pacific over the last few weeks, but the first few weeks of December have been dry, and that's because high pressure has been over the western United States. So all of this activity we've seen the last few weeks, it's been kind of butting up against a ridge and diverting northward. And as a result, we've stayed dry. But now the ridge is gone. So this is opening up the floodgates, if you, I don't want to say floodgates. This is opening up the storm track. This is opening up the storm door and allowing these storms to come on in. And we're going to see rain, we're going to see snow, and gusty winds at times as well. All right, so let's walk you through the timing of it all. We're going to get you through Friday here. All right, so here we are today at noon. Still dry. So again, if you have anything you need to do outside, even for the coast, you're okay this morning. You don't have to worry about getting wet. By the time you get at about 5 p.m., all right, it's a different story, especially for the coast, Trinity County, Siskiyou County. Now, we may see some light sprinkles for the valley at this point. This is 5 p.m. today, but not a ton. And then still fairly dry off to the east. But you see how there's more coming behind that? So this is all pushing through tonight. Moderate to heavy rainfall. Snow could be piling up on I-5. There could be some chain requirements as early as tonight on I-5. Take a look at Highway 36. Take a look at Highway 299, maybe around Buckhorn Summit. You can see it looks like it's pretty much okay there on Highway 299, but heavy rain, so you wouldn't want to be traveling anyways, even if it's not snowing. And there you can see we're starting to see chain requirements east of I-5. But really, even at 10 o'clock tonight, still not very heavy at this point. But then it gets heavier after midnight into early tomorrow morning. I think when you wake up tomorrow morning, there are going to be a lot of chain requirements east of I-5 here. And there still may be some chain requirements on I-5 even at 5 o'clock this morning, but we should see some improving conditions here as we go into the morning hours. But still some scattered showers, still some snow flurries off to the east here. Let's take you into Thursday around noon. You see how we're not seeing a lot of activity out there? So I think we're going to see a little bit of a break. Conditions should improve. I think Caltrans will be able to stay ahead of all that, and we probably won't see any chain requirements on I-5. But as you can see here, Highway 36 looks like Highway 299 looks okay west, and again, probably still some leftover snow on some of those mountain highways. 5 p.m. on Thursday, we're seeing another kind of batch of snow coming in, maybe some showers. So you'll see it's just not very widespread, not very heavy, just some scattered showers through the day on Thursday. But then we've got another round coming in on Friday. There's Friday morning, 6 a.m., heavier rainfall along the coast. We're beginning to see it approach, and then as we go into noon, now it's spreading eastward. This doesn't look to be as heavy as the first batch coming in tonight, but you can still see some rain. We've got snow again down to on I-5 there. Could create some problems through the day on Friday. You can kind of see this is going to take a while to come through. So this will come through Friday night and then impact us again on Saturday. But again, through the day on Friday, maybe even on I-5, there's that potential for chain requirements here and, of course, east of I-5. But it looks like it's drying out. We're kind of in that dry slot of the main cold front that'll be pushing through as we go into Friday night into Saturday. So how much rain can we expect with our short-range forecast model through 5 p.m.? Hey, you know, it's actually picking up in intensity here. We could see about a half an inch to maybe even over an inch for some of us in the valley, much more than that here along the coast. Again, we talked about the winter weather advisory for the areas in purple. This is all going to change. We are going to see over the coming days winter storm warnings, winter storm watches, winter weather advisories. Bottom line, you need to know there's going to be snow out there down to as low as 3,000 feet. That creates problems if you have to travel. So how much snow can we expect based on our latest forecast model data? Well, upwards of 4 to 8 inches of snow through Friday in Mount Shasta City. I think you could see snow. This might be overdoing it for Weaverville, but could we see a mix at times? Sure. Places like Weaverville, Hay Fork. And it looks like some snow down to the east. You can see, especially in the Sierra, you're getting over a foot of snow as you start going above 5,000 feet. So it looks like some good snow heading that way. Take a look at the forecast road conditions for tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, what you're looking at here on I-5 is this. Where's I-5? There's I-5 right here. That is going to be in the form of snowflakes, and that means there's a potential for some chain requirements. There's Scott Mountain. Now, look at Buckhorn Summit. Look at Highway 299. The model isn't really picking up on much in the way of snow or frozen precipitation in general on the highway itself. That being said, I don't want you to let your guard down. If you have to travel tonight on Highway 299 or tomorrow morning, just know that you should check those latest road conditions. And number two, even if it's not snowing, it's going to be heavy rainfall tonight and tomorrow morning, and that is not fun to travel in. All right, there you can see, of course, plenty of snow off to the east, and I think we're going to see a lot of chain requirements east of I-5 as well. All right, let's take a look at the snow totals on the ski park. Look at that. Oh, man, through Friday, 20 inches of snow just through Friday. We're not including what we're going to see on Saturday, and then even going into early next week. So what a great day to open up the ski park and a great time, because we've got a lot more snow in the forecast at that point. Hey, how's that ski report look for opening day at Mount Shasta Ski Park? At the summit, they've got 48 inches of snow. They've got 36 runs that will be open. As of right now, I'm not getting any percentages as far as the amount of runs that are open, but still looks pretty good out at Mount Shasta Ski Park. If you're heading out there today, beautiful weather for it. And then, of course, we start seeing that snow coming again later tonight. All right, so here's the long-range forecast. We're going to take a look at this, and you can see the series of storms coming in. This is what's coming in here for tonight. This is what will be here for Friday into Saturday as well. So that's the one we just looked at. That one's just kind of barreling towards us. It's not going to take very long to get here. So through Saturday, there you can see it's bringing us the snow in the mountains, and of course the rain. And it's going to be another decent storm system where we're going to see some good rainfall and some good snowfall out of it in the mountains, and probably some gusty winds too. And there you can see another batch of activity. Now this, as we go into Sunday, you see a bit of a break. As we go into Monday, that's the next storm system coming in. More rain, more high elevation snow. Now, it looks like high pressure is going to kind of build in as we go into Tuesday of next week. For the most part, I expect dry conditions. Some models still indicating maybe a little bit of shower activity. And then this batch kind of dies out from that ridge. But as we go into the latter part of next week, this activity could possibly impact us. So I do expect the potential for more wet weather as we go towards the end of next week. Now, the long-range forecast models, the Climate Prediction Center still has us in the wetter than normal category. These shades of green are on the lower end, meaning the chances of above normal rainfall are slimmer, but bottom line, it's going to be wet, as you can clearly see looking at those long-range forecast models. So looking at the long-range forecast rain totals, it tends to be a little bit more inaccurate, but you can kind of get the idea. I'd say 2 to 3 inches is a very good possibility through early next week, and close to 4 inches for parts of the North Coast. How about those forecast snow totals? Well, this is the long range, keep in mind, so I think it overdoes it. So I've placed a couple of areas where how much snow we could see. Total through early next week in Mount Shasta City, you could see close to 40 inches of snow. Now keep in mind, this is not 40 inches of snow in a matter of 12 to 24 hours. This is 40 inches of snow in a matter of 4 to 5 days. So there's going to be time to recover. All right, so that's what we're seeing here. But yeah, some decent snow. This could be a heavy snow event for places like Mount Shasta City. Bernie, there are times I think it may lower enough that you could see some snow, but I don't think it's going to be as high as what the number was indicating. You know, maybe 5 to 10 inches of snow is a possibility here through the entire time frame. Chester could see a couple of feet of snow, and then of course a little less snow as you head off to the east, but snow nonetheless. Let's switch gears, talk about those winds. We do have a wind advisory for central Siskiyou County for tonight, but we are seeing some gusty winds out there even today. Take a look at this. There you can see 5 p.m. You see the gusty winds. So if you drive a big rig, do note that in central Siskiyou County, otherwise known as Shasta Valley, it could be looking at some gusty winds. Midnight tonight, still gusty there. Take a look at the coast as we go into, as we go into Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon, the winds die down, so that's good to see. However, the winds will probably pick back up again with Friday's storm system, gusty along the coast, and there's Shasta Valley looking at some gusty winds again. We'll probably be looking at more wind advisories here for this area here as we go into Friday. Could see gusts close to 40 miles per hour along the coast. Still have the beach hazard statement here for the immediate coast here until noon. Sneaker waves, that's obviously going to be the biggest concern. But take a look at the wave heights. Today, not so bad, although they are increasing. They'll get even higher as we go into your Thursday. But that all being said, by this afternoon, as those wave heights increase, you've got a small craft advisory in effect here for this afternoon. Gusty winds, high waves as well. All right, here's a look at your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures, upper 40s to around 50. Bottom line is this, and I'm not going to go into the timing of the rain and the snow and all that kind of stuff, but bottom line is this. Each and every single day for the next 7 days, there's a chance for showers for everybody. Some days, much heavier than others. Snow levels on average for Trinity County, 3,500 feet. For the North Coast, of course, off and on rain. Today, you're looking at dry for the first half of the day, but eventually showers coming in later on this afternoon and especially this evening. 43 degrees for Wairika, 41 degrees in Weed. Snow levels for Siskiyou County on average, around 3,500 feet, give or take. And for Modoc County, snow levels on average around 4,000 feet, give or take. Temperatures in the low to mid 40s for your daytime highs today. In the Eastern Mountains, I would expect, you know, as we start getting to the Sierra, we tend to see those snow levels a little bit higher. I'd say on average around 4,500 feet, although at times it could get lower than that, say around 4,000 feet, places like Susanville, for example. Now we look at our Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamuth Painting. A lot of people have been asking, are we going to see snow in the Valley? The answer to that is no. I'm not anticipating it at this point through this entire stretch of rain and snow coming in. I know it's a disappointment. I know a lot of you like to see that snow. It's kind of fun, but I'm not seeing this one being that event. 55 degrees for the city of Shasta Lake, 55 for Redding, 53 for Lakehead and Whiskeytown, about 52 degrees. So there's a look at your 7-day outlook for Redding. There it is, starting tonight. The rain moves in and will be here with us off and on at least through Monday, if not even into Tuesday of next week. That's your morning update. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be back again this afternoon. Have a great morning.
Barr & Mudford is a top established firm here in the North State. Founded over a half-century ago, Barr & Mudford is protecting the rights of our neighbors and community. We take our commitment to our clients very seriously and provide a level of excellence unrivaled in the North State. Barr & Mudford, standing up for the rights of our neighbors and our beautiful community, serving Northern California with excellence.